Baseball fans, and from all of us here on the LI Sports Network, happy 4th of July. We thank you for joining us here on the LI Sports Network for this presentation of Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League action between the New York Phenoms and the Atlantic Whitecaps. Thank you for joining us. For you today, as I mentioned, it's going to be the Atlantic Whitecaps versus the New York Phenoms. That was the last matchup that we had here on the LI Sports Network. That was back at Eisenhower, back on June 18th. So it's been a little bit. Bring you the rest of this Atlantic Collegiate Baseball season. The Whitecaps coming off a doubleheader sweep on Sunday. Bobby Molinaro gets the nod on the mound for the Whitecaps today. In game one of the doubleheader a month ago. Something he's going to have to look to do is keep these Phenom hitters, or the Phenom offense, to under 6 runs. The Whitecaps are 0-3 when they give up more than 6 runs in a game. Other than that, they've been nothing but perfect. This high-powered. We're here at Stony Brook University in Stony Brook, New York. So this is a Division I field. It's going to be a little bit bigger. Probably not going to see the power numbers that we've seen displayed lately. As Molinaro deals a first pitch fastball of using the long ball as their offensive prowess. We'll see if they can get a hold of a couple here on this warm day. The ball will travel if it gets caught in the right part of the bat. Molinaro deals. There's another strike on. Next pitch, breaking ball, misses downstairs. Nice take there by Luciano. He's hitting .314. He's got a couple doubles. Count is 2-2. Luciano choking up, takes a fastball up. Next pitch to Luciano, misses up and away. Molinaro loses him on balls. And the Phenoms have the leadoff hitter on with a free pass. Check on over at first. Ulysses back in standing. Upstairs. Molinaro, another foul ball right back here. The Phenoms, Gerald Kirchstetter in that game. There's a line right to Bobby Stank. He catches it, steps on first base. Double play for the Whitecaps. Major turn of events there. They eliminate the leadoff walk. Nice play there by the Whitecap first baseman to stay low, stay with that ball. Not let the spin take it away from him. Philip Bernstein steps in now. He takes a ball downstairs. As he lines this one down the right at second base as the throw comes in from Frankie DiMartino out in right field. Bernstein wasting no time taking that first pitch in the tough left-on-left matchup. Lining it down the right field line. And that double play bodes even bigger now for the Whitecaps, taking that runner off first base. And so it's just runner on second, 2 outs now. That brings up Angelo De Accunto. Struggled a little bit in the last doubleheader against the Whitecaps. Went 1 for 6. Also had a sac fly, a couple RBIs, as this is fouled away by De Accunto. Count 1-2 now. But always feels good when you can start your day off, especially extra bases. You get an automatic scoring position, give your forwarder a chance to come up, start you with the lead. So that breaking ball just misses upstairs. Molinaro really wanted that one early. Home plate umpire refusing to give it to him. Next pitch from Molinaro. Fastball on the corner, called strike 3. Molinaro able to get around that double play, the double, with the help of the double play, taking off the leadoff walk. And so on, one hit, one. More than the Whitecaps, but they've played a lot more games, and you get points for losses. So it's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss, totaling the Whitecaps 39. As there's a check on Naraki, he dives back in safely. But the Whitecaps lead in percentage points. 3 less losses than any other team. The LIB Neptunes are the next closest at 9-6. But the Collegians an impressive team. A team that took it to the Whitecaps. They were able to beat them pretty handedly a couple months ago at Adelphi. As Bobby Stang chops that one foul. Count 1-1 to the tall first baseman for the Whitecaps today. But we are just about halfway through the season, a little over halfway. Going to have the All-Star game coming up. Here's the next pitch to Stang. It's a curveball taken upstairs as Naraki's taking off. Throw goes high over second base. So Naraki's going to have second base stolen, and he's now in scoring position for Stang in a 2-1 count. Stang swings and misses through that one. Stang has come on very nicely, hitting .350 now this summer. Up there amongst the RBI leaders, he's got 11 and a great RBI chance to here to give the Whitecaps an early lead as he takes that pitch up and away. So the count works full. Full count pitch to Stang, grounded over to third. Right there is Murray. Murray throws on to first base after checking Naraki. He gets Stang. Now there's 2 away. That'll bring up Joe Pellegrino. Pellegrino hit a home run the other night at Eisenhower Park. He's displayed some good power this season, getting the nod in the 4-hole today. As he swings and lofts one into left center field. Naraki, not knowing how many outs there are, does not take off immediately. Catch is made out there in left field by Klein, so that'll end the inning. So no harm, no foul on the base running blunder right there. But no hits, 1 left for the Whitecaps in that inning. After a full inning of play here at Stony Brook, it is 0-0 Phenoms and Whitecaps on the LI Sports Network. Locked in a 0-0 draw as we are about to begin. Top of the second inning. It's going to be the left fielder. Recorded the last out of last inning. Christopher Klein leading off for the Phenoms. Klein hitting .304. 14 hits. He has 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. He's also walked 14 times, so a lot of power and a lot of plate discipline up there. Something that's very tough to possess. You really have one, you don't typically have the other, but Klein, that really good all-around hitter, able to drive and know what the strike zone looks like. He swings at that pitch, grounds it over to second base. On charging is Pellegrino. The flip gets past Stang. A little too in tight and a little too much on it. Pellegrino had to hurry to try to get the hustling Klein down the line. Couldn't catch him, so Klein is going to reach on the E4. And for the second consecutive inning, the Phenoms are going to have the leadoff hitter on. This is going to bring Kevin Murray, the third baseman, up to the plate. Murray, really good hitter, hitting .375. Driven in 2 runs and has stolen a base as well. As he squares the bunt here, lays it down up the first base line. Molinaro off fields, turns, throws the first base. Staying able to corral that one. So the sacrifice bunt goes 1-3, moving Klein over to second base. A job well done there by Kevin Murray. Now Pepe Villamil going to have a chance to drive in Christopher Klein here with 1 out. First pitch to Villamil. Misses upstairs. Next pitch misses away. 2-0. As we go down the lineup, the averages keep climbing. Villamil hitting .395. This is his 18th game. Has 14 runs. As Klein strays a little too far for Molinaro's liking. Here Pellegrino yelling, step off, step off. Nice communication there by the Whitecaps, keeping the running game in check. Molinaro now deals, misses outside again. The count 3-0 on Villamil. Let's see if he gets the green light from head coach Matt Santamaro. Villamil's also walked 12 times. Been hit by a pitch 3 times. So he works his way on. He takes a strike there to run the count 3-1. Villamil does have a home run, not a lot of home run power. They've hit just 4 so far this season. He takes that upstairs and draws another walk, does Villamil. And now Molinaro finds himself in a little bit of a jam. First and second, 1 out, and Anthony DiGrioli stepping up to the plate. Phenoms, one of the teams that are right up there with the Whitecaps and the Collegians. They sit at 11-8. They have 41 points. So this their 20th registered game on the ACBL website. DiGrioli swings and misses it. Strike 1. As I mentioned, as we go down the lineup, the averages keep climbing. DiGrioli playing in just his 4th game, so despite not much of a sample size, he's hitting .500 so far in the games that he has played. Impressive nonetheless. Molinaro looked like he had Klein on a nice pickoff move, but a balk called by the field umpire, so second and third going to be awarded to the base runners. No pitch. But the hole gets just a little bit deeper for Molinaro. Now has to work out a second and third with 1 out. And a pretty good hitter in DiGrioli up at the plate. Infield moves in on this turf. Much easier to field ground balls. You get truer hops. Ball is going to move just a little bit faster as there's a called strike. And count 0-2. Infield defense now moves back very early in this game. A smart move. Give up a run for an out. Don't want to let it get too out of hand. So there's a foul ball right back at us. Two strikes, really just got to try to put it in play here, get that run in. Even the corners are back, so anywhere really scores a run as long as the ball is put in play, especially with one out. Next pitch to DiGrioli is a ground ball up the middle. Pellegrino on the backhand from short center field. Cannot get him. It's going to be an infield single for Antonio DiGrioli. It's going to be an RBI as well. And the Phenoms with that take a 1-0 lead. It's a nice play there by Pellegrino to range over and get that before it got to the outfield, preventing a second run from scoring and even get a throw off, working away from first base as there's a called strike 1-9 hitter John Vitucci. But just could not get enough on it and couldn't make an accurate enough throw to get DiGrioli at first base. Now it's first and third, one out. And John Vitucci is down 0-2 quickly. I mentioned last inning, it's going to be Molinaro's job to try to limit this damage. The cap is 6. Whitecaps can get through a 6-run allowed game. So Molinaro can limit his damage here and give his offense a chance to try to work against Santoriello. He'll feel pretty good about his chances. But it is a tough jam nonetheless here. So he deals a 1-2 that misses outside. Excuse me, it was a 2-2. The count now 3-2. See if they send DiGrioli. They do not. That pitch misses down and in. So with that free pass, bases are going to be loaded. Not really the worst thing in the world. Sets up a force hit any base, but it will bring up Ulysses Luciano back to the plate, the leadoff hitter for this Phenom team. He walked in his last at bat. But before he steps in the box, head coach Pete Blumenauer for the Whitecaps is going to want to have a word with his left-hander. Going into that at bat, Vitucci had been hitting .360. This is his 12th game. Had 8 RBIs, 8 walks, 3 stolen bases. Not going to get to utilize that speed here as the bases are jammed. First pitch to Luciano is skied out to right field. Oncoming is Frank DiMartino. Runner tags from third. Here's the throw to the plate. Nice throw by DiMartino. Nails Villamil at the plate. Madigan applies the tag. Great throw on a line by right fielder Frank DiMartino. And the damage is limited. Another double play for the Whitecaps. They escape allowing just 1 run on 1 hit. The Phenoms strand 2, and at the end of an inning and a half, 1-0 Phenoms on the LI Sports Network. Michael Santoriello back out for his second inning of work. He's going to face 5, 6, 7 in the Whitecaps order, and it's going to start with third baseman Jared Donnelly. Donnelly hitting .269 so far. This is his 12th game. Takes ball one. He's got a home run to his credit. Whitecaps have been able to power 14 home runs, a very impressive stat. They're led by Joe Pellegrino with 3. Donnelly has 5 RBIs, and he's up 2-0. We'll see how the Whitecaps respond here to that inning by the Phenoms. A nice offensive rally, able to work around some free passes handed out by Bobby Molinaro. Comes the next pitch to Donnelly, taking on 3-0. Next pitch way outside. Donnelly works the leadoff walk. So both halves of both innings have seen the leadoff hitter reach base for both teams. Let's see if the Whitecaps can make something of this one as Anthony Madigan steps in. Madigan playing in his 11th game, hitting .385. Really turned it on during our absence. Now having a really nice season, getting the nod behind the plate to start on a deep catching team. Whitecaps possess some of the best defensive catchers in the ACBL. A great caught stealing percentage. And Madigan, if given the chance, is going to try to show off some of that prowess that these catchers do have in their room. As he swings and drives the ball out to left center, moving over his Klein. He's not going to get there. It's going to land. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Madigan has extra bases. Donnelly getting the wave around. He's going to score easily. Madigan wants 3. He's going to slide in there safely. RBI triple for Anthony Madigan, and the game is tied at 1. It's good aggressive base running there by the Whitecap catcher. Not needing to pick up his third base coach, Vafakos, just seeing that Donnelly was getting the wave around third base is going to be vacated, and knowing that he could make it based upon where the ball was, head up all the way as he rounded second base, and Chris Leone takes ball 1 inside. It's a great swing there by Madigan, able to drive it into the power alley out in the left center. Come up with a clutch RBI early in this game to pick Molinaro up. And now the Whitecaps are in a position to really take the lead with a runner on third and nobody out. Chris Leone up to the plate. He takes upstairs 2-1. Leone, .250 hitter, playing in his 13th game. He has 6 RBIs, drawn 8 walks. As he swings and fouls that one away. Walks more than he strikes out, something you always love to see out of a young hitter. A surprising stat is Leone is a primary catcher but leads the team in stolen bases. He does possess really good speed as he loops this one over towards second base, not going to get over the head of Bernstein. He ranges back and makes the catch. Definitely not deep enough for Madigan to tag. But Leone with good speed, also just a really good base runner, picking and choosing his spots, wanting to be aggressive, and not really giving the pitchers a chance to settle in with the runner on base, trying to wreak havoc and create some nice pitches for his teammates to get a hold of. So he's always a threat to get on base, and that'll produce more strikes for him. Pitchers won't want to walk him, but he does do a nice job of taking that free pass when it's made available to him. Ryan Brewer now goes to work with 1 on and 1 out. He's ahead 2-0 in the count. Looking to pick up Leone, drive this run in, give the Whitecaps their first lead of the game. Here's the next pitch to Brewer. Catches a piece of the outside corner, and the count 2-1. Another pitch on the outside corner, 2-2. Santoriello trying to escape this jam. Somehow leave Madigan stranded at third base. He's got the first out. Now he's even the count against Brewer, and he strikes him out on a nice off-speed pitch. So he gets out number 2 on a crucial strikeout. Soft contact and doing it himself. He's now 1 out away, and it's going to take a hit to score Madigan. And Frank DiMartino is going to try to deliver that hit. He's the 9-hitter today and the right fielder. Very nice throw last inning to nail a runner at the plate and keep this game at just 1-0 as Pepe Villamil attempted to tag up from third base on a shallow fly ball with DiMartino charging. Came up firing, made no mistakes about it, hit Madigan right in the chest up the line, and Villamil was done by 10 feet. Next pitch to DiMartino, line to third base. Right there is Kevin Murray. He's able to haul it in. And Santoriello is able to strand Madigan at third base. Missed opportunity there for the Whitecaps. But Santoriello bears down. The Whitecaps do respond, though. They get 1 run on 1 hit. They strand 1 at the end of 2 innings. We are tied at 1 here on the LI Sports Network. Here in the top of the third, it's going to be 2-3-4 for the New York Phenoms. It's going to start with Devin Kodali for his second at-bat against Bobby Molinaro. He takes ball 1 downstairs. Kodali lined into a 3 unassisted double play back in the first inning, helping Molinaro to erase a leadoff walk to start the game, and he deals downstairs again, and the count 2-0. Next pitch also misses, so the count is 3-0. Tough pill to swallow there in the second half of the second inning for the Whitecaps. Molinaro misses again, so Kodali will be awarded another free pass. But with Anthony Madigan on third base, they just couldn't put a ground ball in play and get that run in, take a lead. So now we remain tied. And Philip Bernstein going to step back in, but it's a very nice job done by Michael Santoriello. Hats off to him for not just giving in and able to escape that jam and hold this game at 1-0 as Bernstein tries to lay down the bunt. Looked like he was bunting for a hit there, but it went foul. So the count is 0-1. Bernstein doubled down the right field line his last time up, wasted no time, first pitch that he saw. But he was left stranded on second base. Molinaro was able to strike out the next batter. This pitch misses way upstairs, comes all the way to the backstop. It's going to allow Kodali to jog on down to second base, and he's now in scoring position for the heart of the order of the Phenoms. This pitch to Bernstein is popped high out towards left field. Oncoming is Brewer. He reaches up, makes the catch. Big out there from Molinaro for out number one, not allowing Kodali to advance off second base. So there's one on him, one away, as Angelo De Accunto is going to step back in, the DH and 4-hitter today for the New York Phenoms. Molinaro has allowed 4 walks in just over 2 innings. Having just a little bit of control problems. He's going to have to reel that in, but he started off the last 2 hitters with strikes. So let's see if he starts to find a groove. Next pitch to De Accunto misses up and away. Count 1-1. Kodali dancing a little bit off second base. Got the attention of Molinaro, and he dealt outside on that pitch. The count 2-1 now to De Accunto. It's tough for the left-handers to check second base, kind of almost looking behind them in an uncomfortable way, but they get the advantage of first base where right-handers do not have that. So there's pros and cons to each arm that you throw with as De Accunto swings and misses through that pitch. Count 2-2. But with your 3-4-5 up, not very opportune for Kodali to try to take third in a tie game here. De Accunto swings and fouls that one away. Want to try to let the hitters do their jobs and drive you in, because that's what they're there for. The 3-4-5 hitters typically are run producers. 1-2 get on, 3-4-5 drive him in, and that's a formula for a winning baseball club right there. If you can put all 5 of those pieces together and then have some support from the bottom half. Here's the next pitch. Molinaro gives a spin move check on Kodali. He's able to scamper back into second base. Comes the next pitch. There goes Kodali. Pitches upstairs. Throw down to third base. Kodali is in there. Nice throw there by Anthony Madigan. Just a little bit to the left of the bag. Donnelly had to reach back and then try to lay the tag down. Bang, bang. But Kodali able to get the foot in there. As the count now is full on Angelo De Accunto with 1 out and a runner just 90 feet away. He fouls that one back to stay alive. Folks, we thank you for sticking with us through some of the technology issues that we are experiencing. As Molinaro misses on that pitch up and away. It'll be ball 4 to De Accunto. So it'll be first and third, 1 out. And Pete Blumenauer are going to come out to talk to his left-hander again. Got to try to find a way to settle him down here. Not really sure what the Whitecaps have available to them as far as arms go, but We're locked into one single 9-inning game today, so they're in it for the long haul. There's no easy escape plan of just get through 7 innings. 9 innings is a lot to ask, especially during the summertime with the heat rising. And these pitchers not really in their full-fledged throwing, just looking to get some upkeep in. Keep the arms loose. Make sure everything's good to go. A little maintenance check here and there. But we'll see what Molinaro can give the Whitecaps. Trying to get through this 3rd inning. He misses upstairs to Christopher Klein. He reached on an E3 last time. Tough play as Joe Pellegrino came charging on a slow rolling ground ball, flipped, and Bobby Stang just could not grab it. Klein takes another pitch downstairs, 2-0. Molinaro really needs a ground ball here. Nice double play opportunity for his middle infielders, Pellegrino and Naraki, to try to turn something. That pitch misses upstairs. Molinaro trying to give some head fakes over at first base, almost doing too much. Really just needs to find the strike zone and try to get contact and get this double play ball as that pitch misses upstairs. Throw down to third base. Hits Kodali in the back. It's going to allow him to walk home. A blunder there by Madigan leads to a run for the Phenoms as Klein takes the walk. 6th walk handed out by Molinaro. Molinaro, 3rd one this inning. Molinaro finds it on that one. First pitch strike to Kevin Murray. He laid down a sac bunt his last time. Helped push Christopher Klein into scoring position. Klein would eventually come around to score, so not done in vain was that sac bunt by Murray. But now he'll have a chance to swing away. Here's that pitch, misses up and in, breaking ball. A lookout situation. Murray able to jump out of the way. Next pitch by Molinaro is swung and popped foul back here. Out of play. Count 1-2 now to Murray. Let's see if Molinaro can put him away. Next pitch from Molinaro. Breaking ball misses downstairs. Nice block by Madigan to keep that right in front of him. Not allow the runners to advance. Trying to keep that double play in order. Molinaro just one pitch away from getting out of this inning. See if he can get it as that pitch is cut on and missed. First strikeout, second strikeout of the game for Bobby Molinaro. A big second out. I'll bring Pepe Villamil back up to the plate. He walked in, was cut down, trying to score on a sac fly by Frank DiMartino. Last inning. Villamil swings and misses through strike one. Phenoms looking for a big-time 2-out hit here to try to extend this lead. We've entered a bit of a cat-and-mouse game of up one. Went from tied to up one to tied to up one again. Whitecaps will have their chance to respond in the bottom of the 3rd. That pitch was foul tipped off the mask of catcher Anthony Madigan. So home plate umpire going to go out and ask Molinaro which baseball he'd like. Give Madigan a second, check on him. Seems to be okay. Next pitch to Villamil is fouled down the right field line, out of play. Villamil staying alive. Another 0-2. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Throw down to first base. Safe and nice base running there by De Accunto. As soon as he saw Madigan pop up, he took off for third, and he made it in without a throw. So a stolen base there for Angelo De Accunto. Very heads up. Phenoms taking advantage of some miscues from behind the plate as there goes Klein off to second. Ball's going to be bounced down in the dirt. So the count now 2-2, and it's second and third, 2 outs for the Phenoms after back-to-back stolen bases. A little trickery. Here comes the break even. Fastball misses outside. Count worked full now. 2 via Meal. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will not be going. They are not forced. But 2 outs nonetheless. Any ball put in play, Klein going to be able to get that running start. As this pitch is flown down the right field line, it's going to be foul and out of play. Comes a payoff pitch. Misses upstairs. Another free pass by Molinaro. That's going to load the bases. The Whitecap left-hander really needs to work out of this jam, but Pete Blumenauer is not going to let him. So with 2 outs in the third inning, the Whitecaps are going to turn to the bullpen. I will get a name for you. I'm sure everyone at home knows who it is before I do. Looking over the rosters, can't really see who it is. But once I get a name for you, I will have it. And we'll be right back once the warm-up pitches are concluded here on the LI Sports Network. So it's going to be number 8, Danny Sone, stepping onto the bump for the Whitecaps. First appearance that he's made here on the LI Sports Network. So he goes to work. And deals a first pitch strike. There's a slider that misses outside. Caught on and missed by DeGrioli. DeGrioli had an RBI single that didn't make it out of the infield, but a hit and a run batted in nonetheless for the 8-hitter of the Phenoms. Someone trying to escape this bases-loaded jam set up by Molinaro. There's a slider that misses outside. The count 2-2 to DeAccunto. Crucial pitch here is going to be the difference between possibly getting out of this inning and giving the runners a head start on a full count pitch if he misses. Sone set with the 2-2. Pitch is called the ball. That's going to run the count full. Madigan going to go out and have a word with his right-hander. The 3-2 from Sone. Swung on and missed on the slider. Danny Sone comes on. Gets DeAccunto on strikes. Able to limit the damage to just 1 run. So 1 run on no hits. 3 runners left on base. 1 error. And at the end of 2.5 innings, it's 2-1 New York Phenoms here on the LI Sports Network. Top of the order here for the Whitecaps in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's going to be Nolan Naraki stepping back up to the plate. He walked his first time up back in the 1st inning. He takes a first pitch fastball called strike. Santoriello deals a breaking ball that's lifted out into center field, sending Kodali back. He's able to drift back and make the catch. And Naraki is retired, a rare sight seen for the Whitecaps shortstop. Having a phenomenal summer so far. I'll bring back up to the plate Idris Carter, one of 3 Stony Brook players on this team. He, Chris Leone, and Eric Foster all reside here during their spring collegiate seasons. They've all had very good summers so far for the Whitecaps. Santoriello trying to work very quickly. He misses that pitch upstairs. Here comes the next pitch. That also misses upstairs. Count even now at 2. Next pitch to Carter is popped foul out of play. Next pitch to Carter, fouled away again. Center fielder doing a nice job staying alive, working the at-bat, trying to get on and pull the Whitecaps back to even. Next pitch to Carter. Changeup called strike 3. Had a little bit of tailing action. That ran back. Carter set down on strikes for the second time today. Very tough pitch out of Santoriello. Made it when he needed it. A big-time strikeout there. With now 2 away, Bobby Stang will step in and try to keep this inning alive. Stang grounded out to third his first time. He takes this first pitch hanging, breaking ball, and lines it one hop off the left field wall. Played out there by Klein. He throws into second base. Stang comes sliding in. He's going to have a 2-out double. Nice swing there by Bobby Stang. Not doing too much. And he's in scoring position now for Joe Pellegrino. Pellegrino takes strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. That misses. No, it doesn't actually. Excuse me. Jumping umpire's call a little bit. A little John Sterling-esque of me. Longtime Yankee radio announcer, and the count is 0-2 to Pellegrino. The next pitch, that misses upstairs. That one easy enough to see. Stang not much of a speed threat over at second base. Not a lot for Santoriello to worry about as he deals that fastball up and away. Gets Pellegrino swinging on strikes. Able to work around that double. No runs on, 1 hit and 1 left after 3 full innings. 2-1 Phenoms over the Whitecaps here on the LI Sports Network. Danny Sone back to work. He's going to face John Vitucci to start the top of the 4th. Sone coming out, throwing very hard. Not afraid to attack the hitters in the Phenom lineup. Trying to pick up where Molinaro left off. keep this train rolling for the Whitecaps and keep the game where it is. They trail 1. And they need to try to get a rally going against Santoriello. He had a nice, almost clean inning, with the exception of one Bobby Stang double. But he's done his job in keeping the game where it needs to be for the Phenoms. Slider by Sone is a called strike 3 on the inside corner. Nice little bender froze Vitucci for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. That flips us back up to the top of the lineup in Ulysses Luciano. Sone yanks a fastball away for the first pitch there. Next pitch, another ball. Sone really trying to get that mix of fastball slider going. He's recorded back-to-back strikeouts since coming into the game and taking over for Bobby Molinaro. This pitch by Luciano is popped up. Stang comes on, makes the grab. Three down so far for Sone. He's come on and has been very effective in limiting these Phenom hitters. He'll now have to deal with Devin Kodali, the center fielder for this Phenom squad. He's lined out into a double play and walked so far today. First pitch slider down. The next pitch there is a called strike. Sone looking like he possesses some explosive pitches on the mound. He's also working very quickly. A lot of pitchers like to do that here in the ACBL. He gets the called strike there. Catches the ball, gets right back on the bump. Ready to deliver. Swing and a miss. Danny Sone, impressive since coming in, striking out 3 of the 4 and retiring all 4 in order. Keeping this game right where it is. Atlantic Whitecaps down 2-1, coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th here on the LI Sports Network. Whitecaps looking to answer back to this lead that the Phenoms have. Jared Donnelly leading it off, taking a pitch up and in under the chin for ball number 1. Michael Santoriello back out there. He's done a nice job so far as that pitch fouled back. We've seen him especially all day so far work very quickly, and Danny Sone has come on and has worked just as quick. Something that's very appreciated by baseball fans all across the nation, something that Major League Baseball is working hard to try to incorporate, as this pitch to Donnelly is flown out to left center on is Christopher Klein. He ranges over into left center and makes the catch for out number 1. But It's nice to see when pitchers get into grooves, they want to work quickly and keep up that pace, keep the hitters off balance in the box, and throwing a lot of strikes, inducing contact. That's the name of the game. That's the answer to pace of play that lots have been complaining about in the baseball world. Something that Major League Baseball has looked to try to find an answer for. It starts here with teaching these kids the pace of play, making sure they're working quickly and finding good grooves. But it's not the total answer, as some players do not thrive in that quick pace, wanting to try and have a more methodical approach. But today we have two pitchers that do work at quicker paces and do it so successfully. The 0-2 to Madigan just misses outside. Santoriello really wanted that one, but to no avail. Count 1-2. Madigan, RBI triple his last time up, responsible for the one Whitecap run, as he lines this one just foul down the right field line, bounces on the track and out of play, stretching out his bat, keeping it alive. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Santoriello winds and fires, nubbed back right to him. He fields, walks over towards first base, throws, and gets Madigan for out number 2. Very sweet little ball girl action. Here today's special guest, the daughter of Pete Blumenauer, head coach of the Whitecaps. She's been delivering baseballs to the home plate umpire, and she'll just make your heart melt. As Chris Leone steps in the box, one of the Stony Brook players on this roster. Leone going to be going into his sophomore season at Stony Brook next year. Takes upstairs, count 2-0 now. He popped out to second his last time up. One of the 3 hitters that failed to be able to bring Anthony Madigan home after his triple with no outs. He takes strike 1 there. Next pitch to Leone is hammered out to left field. Back goes Klein. He looks up. It's off the top of the wall. Leone gonna coast into second base. Just missed a home run. Chris Leone got a ton of that one. Maybe just a little too on top of it, but it sure was close to another home run, and he almost put me in my place after saying that the Whitecaps may not have had the home run prowess here today. They've come close a couple times, him and Stang, and even Madigan had a nice drive out to left center. That the closest of the 3. But with 2 outs, the Whitecaps set up with a runner on second base, just like last inning. Let's see if Ryan Brewer can change the fortune here. Drive him in. Leone, as I mentioned, a big threat to go. And there he goes as Ryan Brewer swings and fouls that one away. Leone had a great jump, trying to steal third base. Brewer trying to put a little hit and run action into play. Couldn't get it fair. So Leone going to be forced to retreat. But it is no surprise anymore to see that Chris Leone is not afraid to run. He's going to take off any opportunity that he thinks he can succeed on. We'll see if he goes again. Not going this time, as that pitch almost sails past the catcher. Nice sliding play there by DiGrioli to keep that from flying to the backstop, keeping Leone at bay at second base. Count 1-1 to Brewer. He struck out his last time, a big strikeout for Santoriello in that second inning with Madigan 90 feet away and no outs. Leone leaning over at second base as Santoriello spins back towards him. No one was there, so he's able to get back safely without a throw. It's tough mentally for a pitcher when You get speed out there. Bobby Stang being out there and Chris Leone being out there is a lot different. As there's a stolen base for Chris Leone. It's a called strike on the pitch, so it's going to be 1-2. Ryan Brewer looking a little confused. But stolen base for Chris Leone there. Looked to be a little daring. It's going to be a close play, but the throw was yanked up the line by DeGrioli as that pitch misses up high. Count 2-2. A nice job down there by Kevin Murray to corral that baseball. Keep Leone at third base, not allow it to go all the way down the left field line, and let the Whitecaps tie this game up. Next pitch to Brewer, backdoor breaking ball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Brewer definitely not happy with that call. As on one hit, the Whitecaps strand yet another runner. They do not score, and they still trail 2-1 as we go to the top of the 5th here on the LA Sports Network. Danny Sone getting set to face 3-4-5 in the Phenom orders. We are set to go here from Stony Brook, New York, in the top of the 5th of this ACBL Summer League action. It's going to be Philip Bernstein taking a crack here. He grounds first pitch over. Joe Pellegrino moves to his left. Fields fires over to first base. And another out is recorded by Sone. Bernstein's been an aggressive hitter today. 3 at-bats. He's seen 4 pitches. He's 1 for 3 now. Had a double in the first inning. I'll bring back up Angelo De Accunto. Struck out and walked. Takes a slider outside. Sone really working that 2-pitch arsenal, fastball, slider, and he's worked it effectively. Giving these Phenoms hitters fits. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner. Count 1-1. De Accunto thought about it, but thought better. Took that pitch for a ball. Count 2-1 now. Next pitch slider that misses outside. Count 3-1 now. First bit of trouble that Sone has faced. See if he can work back into this count. Next pitch is a fastball on the outside corner. Sone gets the call on that one. Count now full. Comes the payoff from Sone. Grounded on the short. Naraki in the hole. Fields fires on first base for out number 2. Nolan Naraki making it look routine out there. Smooth hands, smooth throw. Sone has retired the last 6 batters that he's, well, the first 6 batters that he's faced, rather. Struck out 3 of them. Now Christopher Klein will take a crack. But he takes strike 1 first. Next pitch, another called strike. Klein reached on an error, scored a run, and has walked today. Next pitch to Sone, grounded up the middle. Naraki moves over the middle, throws on to first base. Bobby Stang holds the bag, and it's 7 up, 7 down for Danny Sone since coming on in the 3rd inning. He's done a very nice job. Now let's see if the Whitecaps can score for him. They'll try to do so in the bottom of the 5th here on the LI Sports Network. Michael Santoriello back out there for the Phenoms. He's going to face 9-1-2 in the Whitecaps order. He's going to start with Frank DiMartino, and he'll start him with a first pitch strike. Santoriello, if he can get through this inning without allowing a run, will be in line for the win. 5 innings in a 9-inning game qualifies you for the win decision. Santoriello looking to pick that up. No action in the Phenoms bullpen. It's Santoriello's game as of right now. We're still early here in the 5th. Let's see what he can do. As he gets DiMartino to swing and miss there. The count now 2-1 on the nice off-speed pitch. Santoriello trying to play off that changeup with the high and away fastball. Speed up DiMartino just a little bit. The 2-2 broken bat, 1 hopper over to third base. Murray fields on the hop, fires over, gets DiMartino by the half step. Always tough when you break a bat in any baseball action. Never want to lose a bat, especially if it's one that you like. But I'm sure playing for CAA champion Hofstra University and making your first College World Series appearance, Frank DiMartino will be able to get another bat. No problem. Nolan Naraki steps in now. So for 1 today, he's walked and flown out. Naraki coming into this summer was committed to go to Michigan University, and as of a week ago, switched up his commitment to now go to Clemson. Going to follow former Michigan head coach down to Clemson as he takes that new job. Him and a bunch of other commits making that switch. I'm sure Clemson's going to be very happy to have them, and especially Naraki, a player of his caliber, somebody that makes it look so easy and so effortless out there, and does things so successfully. As he swings and misses over a nice changeup there. The count, 2-2. Comes the break even. Backdoor breaking ball that misses outside. Count 3-2. Santoriello deals the next pitch. Curveball grounded out to second base. Bobbled out there by Bernstein. Not going to have a play. Naraki going to reach on the E4. The speed of Naraki may have played into the head of Bernstein, thinking he had to hurry a little quicker than he had to. Misplayed it just off the side of his glove. And Naraki going to be a threat to go over there at first base as Idris Carter steps back up to the plate, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Immediate check by Santoriello of Naraki. Dives back in safely. There's a first pitch strike. Another pickoff attempt. Naraki caught leaning. He gets picked off. Now he's in a rundown. Phenoms trying to chase him back. The tag was made by Santoriello on the foot, rules the field umpire. Almost a disastrous play there. Santoriello closed on the throw from Luciano. Almost closed a little too much. So a tough base running mistake there for the Whitecaps. That's going to be out number 2. Idris Carter takes up high. Naraki really trying to use that speed to get in the scoring position, just a little over-aggressive. Santoriello caught him. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Carter sit down on strikes for the 3rd time today. And Santoriello is through 5 innings with the lead. He's now in line for the victory if the Phenoms can hold on to this one. We move to the 6th here on the LA Sports Network, live from Stony Brook. Danny Sone going to continue to look to match Michael Santoriello on the opposite side. Starts off Kevin Murray with a breaking ball. First pitch called strike. Delivers a fastball up and away for pitch number 2. But it's been nothing but zero since Sone has come into the game. Done a really nice job of holding the Phenoms where they are. The Whitecaps just not able to take advantage of that. They've had a few offensive opportunities, but they're just coming too late in the inning with too many outs. There's a half swing and a miss. Count back even at 2-2. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Danny Sone sets Kevin Murray down on strikes. Murray's second strikeout of the game. I'll bring up Pepe Villamil. He's walked both times so far today. Takes a breaking ball right on the belt. That misses him for ball 1. Next pitch is a breaking ball called strike. Next pitch swung on and missed. One, 2 from Sone. Fouled away. Count remaining 1-2. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here as the clouds roll in. The days become overcast. Went from very warm, very sunny day. Sone gets Villamil to swing and miss. Second consecutive strikeout. It's now been 9 up, 9 down for Danny Sone. He's come on and has been nothing short of super effective. I'll bring up Antonio DiGrioli, the first batter that Sone faced back in the 3rd inning. He struck him out to escape a bases loaded jam, and he takes strike 1 here. Sone misses away with that slider. Count 2-1 to DiGrioli. Next pitch, awkward swing and a miss. Kind of just a wave. Defensive swing, if you will. Sone able to get that fastball past DiGrioli. The next pitch misses. So the count once again full to DiGrioli. This is what he had before he was set down on strikes by Sone back in the 3rd inning. Here comes the next pitch. Pitch just misses outside, so it's the 10th batter that Sone faces that is the first to reach. It's via the walk. First base runner allowed by Danny Sone. And so with 2 outs and 1 on, it'll bring John Vitucci back to the plate. Vitucci 0 for 1, walk and a strikeout so far today. He swings and chops one that gets past the mound. On charging is Donnelly, throws on the run, makes the play. Sets down Vitucci. Very nice play there by the Whitecap third baseman to escape the inning. So no hits, no runs, 1 left. The end of 5.5 innings, still 2-1 New York Phenoms right here on the LI Sports Network. going to be 3-4-5. Back up against Michael Santoriello, trying to crack the code that he has been so far today. He's gotten through 5 very effective innings, allowing just 1 run and 3 hits. That's it. Bobby Stang does have one of those hits. He had a 2-out double back in the 3rd inning. This will be his 3rd time up here in the 6th. He swings and lifts a first pitch down the left field line. Klein moving over towards the line on the run, makes the play. Nice catch there by the left fielder for the Phenoms to set down Stang on a ball that looked like it might have been trouble heading for the corner. Klein out there making it look easy. Joe Pellegrino steps back in, takes ball 1. Smart hitter that Joe Pellegrino is, probably taking all the way after Stang swung first pitch, not wanting to allow Santoriello out of the inning too quickly, but he swings there and fouls that one right back at us. Next pitch to Pellegrino is laced down the 3rd baseline, foul. Count moves to 1-2. Pellegrino flown out and struck out so far today. There's a nice curveball there by Santoriello. Gets Pellegrino swinging on strikes again. Santoriello just having his way with this lineup. Now he's going to face Jared Donnelly for the 3rd time. Donnelly has walked in, flown out. Takes a first pitch strike. Donnelly takes a breaking ball, lines it into right center. There's a base hit for the Whitecap 3rd baseman. Another 2-out hit. Let's see if they can take advantage of this one. Unlike what they've done in the previous at-bats with 2 outs. But that'll bring up Anthony Madigan. He had a triple back in the 2nd inning to drive in Jared Donnelly. That made the game 1-1 at the time. Madigan then grounded out to Santoriello. And this first pitch grounded over to 3rd base. Right there is Murray. He fields, fires over to 1st. Sets down Madigan. Michael Santoriello is through 6 innings. Just 1 run, keeping his team up 2-1 right here on the LA Sports Network. Danny Sone going to face top of the order here for the New York Phenoms. Still locked in that 2-1 game. Sone doing his best to keep the Whitecaps right in it. As we start the top of the 7th, Whitecaps just not have been able to get early offense going. All these hits coming with 2 outs. So tough to work and make something happen with those 2 outs. You got to keep getting hits or hope that the pitcher walks you. And Michael Santoriello has done a very nice job of filling up the strike zone and going right at these Whitecap hitters, not allowing them to work counts or have the option of taking pitches. Working quickly, working effectively. Danny Sone has done the same thing since coming in. Sone now ready with the 1-2. A pitch that just misses. Sone kind of questioning where that was. Pushes the count to 2-2. Next pitch popped up right behind the plate. Out of play, foul. Luciano staying alive. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. He's flown and popped out. Next pitch is popped foul again. Luciano staying alive. Really the first hitter that's made Sone work. He's been able to put hitters away so effectively. This is popped up again. Bobby Stang one more time. Retires Luciano in the air. Without number 1, that'll bring up back Devin Kodali. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored today. He scored on a throwing error by Anthony Madigan. That is the difference in this game. Back in the 3rd inning. It's been a stalemate since. Via the arms of Sone and Santoriello. Big swing and a miss right there from Kodali. Sone really trusting that fastball and playing it off the slider. He's gotten lots of swings and misses on pitches that look really good and just don't end up where the hitters think they're going to when they hit Madigan's mitt. This next pitch is popped foul and away. Count now even at 2. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Danny Sone, another strikeout. 4 out, number 2. This is 6th strikeout. This is 4th full inning of work. We get another sighting from our ball girl. Donning that blue Whitecaps hat, something that I'm sure she'll grow into over the years, but sporting it well nonetheless. Philip Bernstein takes strike 1. He's 1 for 3 today. And again, another aggressive at bat from Bernstein results in another out. Another 4-3. Just the 6th pitch Bernstein has seen so far today. He grounds out and Sone is through another 1-2-3 inning. He's just allowed 1 base runner in 4 1/3 innings of work. A very impressive outing from Danny Sone. The Whitecaps looking to pick him up. They're going to have to try to get to that man, Michael Santoriello, who's coming back out for the 7th inning. And after he takes his warm-ups and he's ready, we'll be ready to bring you that action here on the LI Sports Network. But first, get up and stretch. As Michael Santoriello is ready to step back on the bump here in the bottom of the 7th, I looked into it a little bit. With how phenomenally he's pitching, that has to frustrate Pete Blumenauer, but it also has to encourage him. I say encourage because Santoriello is a left-handed pitcher for St. Joseph's College, and he's going to be going into his sophomore season, a very young pitcher. But Pete Blumenauer is the head coach of St. Joe's Brooklyn, the school that Santoriello attends, so he's not going to be playing for him this summer via NCAA regulations, not allowing players to play for their coaches during the summer. But as Blumenauer looks on and watches Santoriello absolutely just dice up his team, work through them effortlessly, you can't help but think that Pete Blumenauer is very excited for what the future holds for Michael Santoriello and the St. Joseph's College Bears as they compete in a very competitive Skyline Conference here in the New York metro area. That pitch misses upstairs. We got a little delay there. Weighted ball from the bullpen came flying onto the field, so we had to have a pause in play so Christopher Klein could get off and retrieve it and send it back into his bullpen as Chris Leone keeps alive his at-bat at 2-2 with a foul ball there. But I'll wrap up my point by saying this. When you play in the ACBL or any summer college league, you play lots of competition of different levels of very good hitters and very good competition. So for Pete Blumenauer to be looking on as his left-hander is throwing a game like this, as effectively as he's been as he strikes out Chris Leone on a fastball in the inside corner, it has to be one of the more encouraging signs that you can see this season. And something I'm sure Pete Blumenauer will star in his notebook as they go into next season. And he'll look to give Santoriello more opportunities. He deals strike one to Ryan Brewer. That pitch misses up. But Santoriello did pitch in 9 games, had a 43 2/3 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, a 1-6 record with a 5.56 ERA. Not always a testament of how he's pitching. Could be a testament of his team and his defense and a lot of other factors. But if he takes what he's done here today and does half of it next collegiate season, he's going to have a very successful year. And I'm sure is going to be leading that pitching staff for the St. Joseph's College Bears out in Brooklyn as they look to try to climb back up into the ranks of that Skyline Conference and return to a little bit of prominence that they once had, but have fallen off just a slight bit. Get a pinch hitter now. It's going to be Devonte Bailey. Pinch hitting for Frank DiMartino. DiMartino finished the day 0 for 2 as Bailey swings. Soft grounder over to first base. Bailey with too much speed is going to beat that out for a single. And once again, the Whitecaps have another 2-out hit. And with the top of the order coming up, let's see if they can do anything here. It's Nolan Naraki stepping back in. He's 0 for 2 with a walk today. First pitch to Naraki is downstairs. Naraki reached on an error his last time up, then was promptly picked off by Santoriello. Trying to get a jump to steal. There's a backdoor breaking ball. Santoriello throws over to check on Bailey, who has just as much, if not more, speed than Naraki. He dives back in safely, does Bailey. There goes Bailey. Throw down to second base in plenty of time. Antonio DiGrioli with an absolute cannon. to nab would-be base stealer. Devonte Bailey, and that ends the inning. Michael Santoriello not needing to get Nolan Naraki, getting some help from his defense there. So that'll conclude the 7th inning. No runs on 1 hit, nobody left on base with the caught stealing. And after 7 impressive innings by Michael Santoriello, it's 2-1 New York Phenoms here on the LI Sports Network. Whitecaps make the call to the bullpen. They turn to Eric Foster, the 3rd Stony Brook player on this roster, left-handed pitcher. He's been very good out of the bullpen this year for the Whitecaps. Going to look to pick up where Danny Sone left off and keep this a 1-run game. He's going to start by facing Angelo De Accunto, who's 0 for 2 today with a walk. There's another strike. Next pitch from Foster. Check swing. No, says first base umpire. So the count moves 1-2. Next pitch from Foster. Breaking ball, it misses upstairs. De Accunto has been in a full count 3 times today. The other at bat he had was a 2-2 count. But he's definitely made these Whitecaps pitchers work as there's a line drive out to right field. It's going to get in front of Devonte and past Devonte Bailey. A misplay out there by the Whitecap right fielder. Going to allow De Accunto to get to second base on the double. Bailey looked like he wanted to come in and charge it. Then tried to play it, think better, and play it back. But at that point, it was just too late. And the artificial turf kind of rears its ugly head as the ball took a weird skip and a bounce past Bailey all the way to the wall, untouched. And so Angelo De Accunto is on with a leadoff double here in the top of the 8th. And it's going to be Christopher Klein now trying to drive him in. There's a drag bunt. Hard out to second base. Ewing on the charge. No play. It's going to be a drag bunt single for Christopher Klein. Very impressive there to get it past the mound. Now the Phenoms are really set up with 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and Kevin Murray stepping up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Laid down a sac bunt back in the second inning. Other than that, he struck out both times. He takes a pitch downstairs from Foster for ball 1. Klein almost took that and really chopped at it. Made no mistake of getting it past the mound. Really guaranteeing himself that hit. Ewing making a great effort to try to come and get it, but just not enough time. Ball was not hit hard enough. It's so tough to react. This pitch from Foster is taken by Murray and driven all the way out into right center. It's going to split the outfielders and take one hop up over the wall for a ground rule double. So it's an RBI ground rule double for Kevin Murray. 3 straight hits here against Eric Foster, who, as I mentioned, has been really good for the Whitecaps. Just kind of struggling a little bit here on his home field, ironically. With that ground rule double, it's 3-1 now, Phenoms, and there is still nobody out. Infield moves in now for the Whitecaps. Foster gets via Meal to swing and miss through a first pitch fastball. But trying to cut down this run at the plate. Offense has been sputtering a little bit today. So can't afford to really give up anymore as this pitch is chopped over to first base. Exactly what Foster needed. An easy play there for Bobby Stang for out number 1. 3 unassisted as he goes to the bag. The runners hold their respective bases. And there's one away now. And Jack Ryan will step up to the plate. Just want to make a correction. Last inning I said Antonio DeGrioli threw out Devonte Bailey to end the inning. It was in fact Jack Ryan who had been a defensive substitution that I had not been made aware of. But nonetheless, absolute laser let loose by the Phenom backstop. And a big play there, big momentum booster. As Ryan came off fired up. And now he takes ball 1 in his first at bat of the day. Next pitch is an awkward swing and miss to even the count at 1. Next pitch is broken back ground ball up the middle. Nolan Naraki, nice play, throw on the run. Oh my goodness, what a play by the Whitecaps shortstop. On the run, ends up in short right field, but to flip the ball over to first base and get the out on what looked like a ball that was heading up the middle for an RBI single. It is going to be a run, but a great play to get the out for number 2. And maybe keep this from getting way too out of hand. Foster now in an even 1-1 count to 9-hitter John Bertucci. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. The victim of a nice play by Jared Donnelly his last at bat. Donnelly on the run, able to make the play as that pitch from Foster catches a piece and the count 1-2. Next pitch from Foster. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Cuts across the plate, catches enough. Bertucci's very unhappy with that call. But Foster is able to limit the damage with some defensive help. But Phenoms score 2 on 3 hits, strand 1. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Whitecaps now trail 4-1. 2 more cracks at it here on the LI Sports Network. As we go to the bottom of the eighth, the Phenoms turn to the bullpen after a very impressive pitching performance by Michael Santoriello. They hand the ball off to Nicholas Muglia. He's going to go into his sophomore season at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. He pitched 5 games, 6 innings, 2 strikeouts, 0-1 record with a 10.5 ERA. He's going to start with the top of the order for the Whitecaps. It's going to be Nolan Naraki. He grounds first pitch foul down the third base line. Naraki gets a fresh at bat after Devonte Bailey was nabbed trying to steal second base in his last at bat in the bottom of the 7th. So now with no on, no out, and a fresh count, let's see what Naraki can do. This pitch grazes up and in, or just in rather. Luckily misses him. That ball came in gaining for him. Comes the next pitch to Naraki, swung on and flown out to left field. Back goes Klein. He's nearing the track at the wall. It's off the wall. Naraki going to coast into second base, and he's not satisfied. He's going for 3. He's going to make it with a slide. A triple for Nolan Naraki. Off the base of the wall. And the Whitecaps are now set up. Runner on third, nobody out. 2, 3, 4 coming up in the Whitecap order. Let's see what they can do. First pitch to Aegis Carter misses inside. Carter has struck out 3 times so far today. Gonna look to make some contact, get this run in. Ideally, if you can get a hit and push Naraki across. As this pitch is laced out to left field, driving Klein back. He makes the catch. Naraki gonna score easily. See, gets home. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Aegis Carter. And it's now a 4-2 game in favor of the Phenoms. It's a good baseball play there by the Whitecaps, getting the run in. So we get an appeal over to third base to see if Naraki might have left early. The home plate umpire says no, he left on time. But it's a good baseball play, but just not what you need when you're down 3 runs late in a game like this, and your offense has been sputtering. But with the way that the Whitecaps have been hitting today, they'll take any runs that they can get. Next pitch to Bobby Stang is chopped over towards first base. Cannot get past Muglia. He's able to field and flip over to first base for out number 2. First pitch to Pellegrino, lined out to right field. Oncoming is Vitucci. He makes the catch and ends the inning. Excuse me, that was Chris Ewing. So Chris Ewing lines out to end the bottom of the 8th, but the Whitecaps get a run back. 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left at the end of 8. 4-2 New York Phenoms here on the LI Sports Network. Phenoms going to get one last chance to pad their lead here. They lead by 2, 4-2. As we move to the top of the ninth, they're going to start with the top of the order. Luciano going to step in for his 5th plate appearance of the day. He's going to take ball 1 downstairs from left-hander Eric Foster back out for his 2nd inning of work. Luciano swings and lines one just foul down the right field line. Foster came on in relief of a brilliant performance by Danny Sone. He went 4 1/3 innings, did not allow a run, just 1 base runner issued on a walk by Sone, and also escaped a major bases loaded jam when he came in the 3rd. A very impressive outing by the right-hander, who we have not seen a lot of yet this year, but hope to see more of in the future. Next pitch is cut on and missed. Foster able to even the count at 2. Looking to bounce back after a little bit of a rough inning. Gave up 3 consecutive hits and 2 runs. This pitch is fouled back, but was able to escape it without allowing anything further. Retired the next 3 batters after allowing those 2 runs. And here comes another break even. Breaking ball grounded over towards second base. Chris Ewing on the backhand on the run. Throws high, and John Alonso can't make the tag. Throw took him off the base. Tough play there for Ewing. So Luciano going to reach to start the inning. Foster now dealing with Devin Kodali. Deals the first pitch upstairs for ball number 1. Next pitch is caught on and missed. Another dealing from Foster. Up and in, ball 2. There's been a lot of untraditional double plays so far today. We haven't had the traditional 6-4-3 or 4-6-3 or any of that variety yet, as there's a swing and a miss. Foster would really love to get one of those right here. So let's see if he can induce the ground ball and give his defense a chance to work. Before the next offering, we get a check over at first base by Foster. Luciano able to work his way back into first base. Next pitch is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Big pitch there by Eric Foster to get out number 1. He's now 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. He's going to have to get through Philip Bernstein, who is 1 for 4 today. Doubled back in the first inning. Grounded out twice and is also flown out. An aggressive hitter. Doesn't wait to see many pitches as that pitch misses downstairs to him. First ball that he has seen today out of the 7 pitches that he has seen. See if Foster can get the left-on-left ground balls. This pitch is in on the hands, looped down the left field line. A try by Jared Donnelly could not be reeled in. Great try by the third baseman. For the Whitecaps, would have been an acrobatic highlight reel grab, but he just couldn't come up with it, so it's going to be a single for Bernstein, who again, another aggressive at bat, not waiting around for many pitches, just putting the ball in play. And it's first and second Phenoms with just 1 out. Angelo De Accunto back into the box now to face Eric Foster. He fouls that pitch off. De Accunto greeted Foster rudely with a leadoff double in the 8th inning. A little bit of a miscue by right fielder Devonte Bailey out there. Also was a victim of the turf. The ball kind of took off on him once it landed. We'll see that on this rubber artificial surface. There's a called strike. Foster quickly ahead of De Accunto, 0-2. Next pitch to Foster. Next pitch from Foster to De Accunto, misses. Up. It's the count 1-2. I mentioned before, every bat except one, not including this one, has run full for De Accunto, so he's looking to continue that trend. This next pitch is fouled away. De Accunto keeping the 1-2 count alive. The 1-2, runner takes off for third. Ground ball in the shortstop hole. Naraki gonna have to hurry, throwing on the run, makes the play. Nice play there by the Whitecaps shortstop. Off his back foot, moving towards third base, able to nab De Accunto. For out number 2, a crucial out there for Foster to get. So now it's second and third with 2 outs, and Christopher Klein stepping back up into the box. He had a bunt single, dragged it past Foster his last time up, and then beat it out using his legs. Foster deals him a breaking ball, first pitch strike. Foster not really giving Klein the opportunity to bunt this time, quickly working him to an 0-2 count. Looking to avoid damage here and give his team a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th as they trail by 2. The next pitch from Foster, swung on and looped down the left field line, gonna twist foul into the bullpen. Klein staying alive. Comes the next pitch from Foster. This gets past Madigan. Goes to the backstop. It's going to allow Luciano to score on the wild pitch. The Phenoms get that run back. Now push it to a 5-2 lead. Next pitch to Klein is a breaking ball. Flown out to right field. Moving under it is Devonte Bailey. Backpedaling towards the wall. Makes the catch. And the top of the 9th is brought to an end. But not before the Phenoms get 1 run on 1 hit. They strand 1. And with 1 last chance at it, the Whitecaps trail by 3. Looking to try and tie or win this game right here on the LI Sports Network. Jeremy Perez going to look to close this one out. Save opportunity for the Phenom left-hander, and he's going to try to get Michael Santoriello a victory. Three-run lead to protect. He's going to start with Jared Donnelly and face 5, 6, 7 in the Whitecap order. Donnelly 1 for 2 so far today. Has scored a run. Swings and misses at the first pitch right there. Takes a breaking ball down and away. Count 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. Count 1-2. Whitecaps just have not been able to rally that offense together that they do possess. One of the rare occurrences that they've been shut down for pretty much the whole game. As this pitch somehow misses Donnelly. I think it went through his legs. Really weird scene. Looked like it was bounding right for his leg. He somehow got out of the way, able to avoid it. Count 2-2. And although he avoided the pain, may not have been the best move to avoid getting hit there, as the Whitecaps do need some base runners. Next pitch is a breaking ball cut on and missed down in the dirt. Ryan able to throw down to first. Villamil scoops up and steps on first base. And with that, that'll bring Anthony Madigan back to the plate. Madigan responsible for one of the 2 runs. Back in the second, tied the game. With an RBI triple. He's grounded out twice since then, so he sits 1 for 3. He takes a first pitch down. Next offering to Madigan bounces down in the dirt. The count 2-0. See what the strategy is here. If Madigan is given the green light to swing, or if he elects to take some pitches and try to work his way on base. He is swinging, and he loops one down the right field line that just lands foul. So close to a bloop base hit for the Whitecap catcher. Would have been a really nice start. That ball would have looped in and kicked over to the fence, giving Madigan a chance to think about second base. Not sure if he would have gone or not. But as that lands foul and that breaking ball lands in the strike zone, the count is now 2-2. The break-even pitch popped foul out of play. Madigan staying alive. Another 2-2. Check swing, ruled to swing, ball gets away. Throw down to first base is offline. Madigan able to leg it out. He's gonna reach. A fortunate bounce for the Whitecaps. What should have been out number 2 instead results in a base runner. It's going to bring Chris Leone back up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a booming double off the top of the left field wall. Going to try and keep this rally alive. Perez deals first pitch downstairs. Ball 1 to Leone. As there's a check on Madigan over at first base. He's able to get back in safely. Can't afford to really be too over-aggressive here if you're the Whitecaps down 3 runs with 1 out already. Especially if you're Madigan, your run really doesn't mean much. Tying run is on deck in Vasilios Vafakos currently. That pitch misses upstairs to Leone. Got a long way to go if you're going to be threatening if you're the Whitecaps. Got to get another runner or 2 on, and then you bring the tying and winning runs up to the plate. Here comes the 2-0 from Perez. That pitch finds the zone. Count moves to 2-1. Next pitch. Strike on the inside corner. So the count moves to 2-2. Break even from Perez. Breaking ball misses upstairs. The count moves to full. Vasilios Vafakos waits on deck. He's going to pinch hit for Ryan Brewer. First, here comes the payoff pitch to Leone. Line drive, base hit into right center field. Sliding over is Vitucci, able to cut it off from the gap. It's going to be a single for Chris Leone. Anthony Madigan going to be able to go to third base. And they're now set up with runners at the corners and the tying run in Vasilios Vafakos. Walking up to the plate. Nice piece of hitting there by Chris Leone. 2 strikes. Really not trying to do too much. A very nice play out there by John Vitucci in right field to keep it from going to the wall. Because if it does go to the wall, it's a run. And who knows where Leone ends up with his speed. And the Phenoms chasing after the ball could have been a triple. And you maybe think about stretching it to an inside the Parker. A very rare sight to see on a baseball field, especially at this level. But it's first and third. 0-1 count to Vafakos. Leone not going. That pitch catches a piece of the inside corner. Vafakos tried to bounce out of the way, but it caught just enough. So he's down 0-2. Comes at 0-2 from Perez. Leone taking off. It hits Vafakos. Breaking ball hits him. No swing on the check. So the bases are now going to be loaded, and it's going to be Devonte Bailey with 1 out, representing the winning run. Whitecaps doing a nice job of putting the pressure on Perez here. As rain begins to fall here at Stony Brook, Devonte Bailey takes ball 1 down and away. Perez really has worked himself into a jam. Got Jared Donnelly on strikes for the first batter, then got Anthony Madigan on strikes. But the pitch just bounced away from Ryan. He could not corral it, and then the throw was not clean, so Madigan able to reach. That pitch also misses down, so the count now 2-0. Head coach Matt Santamaro wants to have a word with his left-hander. And then a nice piece of hitting by Chris Leone and a bad pitch on an 0-2 pitch by Perez hit Vafakos. And here we are, 1 out, bases loaded. The winning run at the plate. Whitecaps looking to pull off a little bit of magic here on a rainy, overcast, windy afternoon at Stony Brook. Would be one of their bigger starred wins of the season. One that you look back on and say, well, you shouldn't really have had that one, but you're able to pull it out, and that's a testament to what kind of a team they have. Just a team that never gives up and fights to the last out. They've really made it interesting when they could have just said, it's not our day. The meeting adjourns, and we're ready to go. It's a 2-0 count to Devonte Bailey. Here comes the next pitch from Perez. Swinging is Bailey. He fouls it away. Count 2-1. Nolan Naraki awaits on deck. He's 1 for 3 today. Bailey's still in a good count, 2-1. Could look for a good pitch to hit. That pitch is fouled away. So the count moves to 2-2. Perez really wanting to throw a strike there, not wanting to move to 3-1, because then he's forced to really throw a strike, not wanting to walk in a run. That just creates a recipe for disaster. So now he's even the count at 2, with 1 out, the bases loaded. Phenoms leading 5-2. Here comes the next pitch. Breaking ball, chopped over towards first base, foul. Bailey fighting it off, staying alive. Another 2-2 offering. Breaking ball downstairs. Nice take there by Bailey. Able to work the count full. Now it gets really interesting if you're Perez. What do you throw here? What do you trust the most? Fastball, curveball. If the curveball misses and Bailey doesn't swing, it's a run. So you got to go to your best pitch here. And if you're Devonte Bailey, know that Perez has to come to you. Next pitch is a fastball that's popped up down the left field line. Chasing after it is Murray on the run. Just can't get there. As he goes running into the fence. Caught there by Klein. But it does land foul, and we'll do another 3-2 pitch. Another pitch to Bailey. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Big pitch there by Perez. Now just 1 out away from escaping this and closing it out. But he's going to have to deal with Nolan Naraki, who is by no stretch of the imagination an easy out. Naraki's last at bat back in the 8th inning, last inning. Hit a missile of a triple off the bottom of the left field wall. And his speed just did the rest. He's going to look to drive in a couple runs here, keep this rally alive. As he takes ball 1 downstairs. Next pitch misses inside, 2-0. Idris Carter waits on deck. He's 0 for 3, sac fly and an RBI. We'll see if he's involved in this game late here. Naraki looking to try and pass the baton along. Next pitch to Naraki, grounded to short. Flip on to second base. Luciano to Bernstein, that will do it. The Phenoms hold off the rally. Perez closes the door, gets the save. Michael Santoriello gets the win, going 7 innings. An impressive performance by the Phenom left-hander. And here on the LI Sports Network, the New York Phenoms defeat the Atlantic Whitecaps 5-2 at Stony Brook University. We thank everybody so much for joining us here today as we are back from our break and we are ready to bring you the rest of this ACBL season. We thank you so much for watching. And for the LI Sports Network, I am Dylan Flynn. I hope you have enjoyed. And folks, we will see you on Thursday evening as we have more Atlantic Whitecap action right here on the LI Sports Network.